Hi everyone, welcome back. Let's have a look at our negatives. We've done all the multiplication and the division and the very simple ones like 3 minus 4 minus 5. Now let's have a look what happens when you've got an addition or a subtraction here. There. There's an addition, there's an addition, there's a subtraction, there's an addition. So we have the rule that two negatives make a positive. But do all two negatives make a positive? No. If I had minus 3, minus 4, that means go down 3 and down 4. So I just start at 0, 1, 2, down 3, down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I borrowed $3 off you, I borrowed $4 off you, altogether I borrowed 7. So what's happened is those two negatives did not make a positive. We've shown that two negatives make a positive when it's multiplication. Minus 2 by minus 3 is positive 6, so we don't need to write the plus. But this is different. Why is it different? How is it different? People get mixed up between the two situations. Those two are what I call together. There they are. They're together. They're right next to each other. There's nothing in between them, and there's nothing to stop them from coming together and making an addition. So those two negatives make a positive. There's nothing in the way. Let's have a look what that means. So that just means we've got a 3, and those two become a positive or an addition plus 1, which is just normal everyday 4. Pretty easy. Once you get the hang of it, you can just look at these two. Now it's confusing, we've got 3 of them. That one has got something in the way. It's almost like a wall or a barrier. That 2 is a wall or barrier that stops them connecting unless you're multiplying. Then it overrides it. Have a look at these two. Look at the ones that are together. So I do talk about together times or divide. So this is not multiplying, this is not dividing, they are together though. Two negatives make a, and I've got one rule, remember, one rule, two negatives make a positive. That's one rule, two negatives make a positive. So here we go, that's a minus 2 plus 1. So the two negatives made a positive or an addition, and plus 1 just means up 1. So if I start at minus 2, start here at minus 2 and I go up 1. So there we go, minus 2 up 1. We started at minus 2, we ended up minus 1. My favourite example for that is I borrowed $2 off you and the next day I say, oh, I forgot to get money but I've got $1 and I give you, I borrowed 2. The next day I gave you back 1, I still owe you 1. So I like that. We talk about temperatures and degrees and all sorts of stuff, but I think that's better. And this one here, those two negatives are together, and because they're together they can also make a, two negative minuses make a plus, and so that becomes a plus. Now the reason I did these two is this one started below 0 and went up a little bit. This one starts below 0 but it goes up a fair bit. I want to see what happens. So plus 5 is up 5, so I'm going to start at minus 1, get rid of that one. So at minus 1, up 1, up 2, up 3, up 4, up 5. So there's up 5. Starting at minus 1, I end up at 4. So there's my 4. Don't have to write positive 4. Now different, these two are together. One question. Does it have two minuses? So two minuses making a plus? No. So this can't be a plus. So what's our only other choice? We'll have 5 take 2. So the only choice for that is to leave it as a subtraction. I do like the idea that we got one lonesome negative and that poor lonesome negative. It's like being at a dance and everyone has their partners and you're the lonesome one left by yourself. So it ends up being a minus. What does minus mean? Down 2. So if we start at 5, we go down 2. So I'm going to start at 5, I'm going to go down 1, I'm going to go down 2. So there's down 2. So what have we got? 5 down 2. I mean, it's really obvious. That's just 4 normal every day. 5 take 2. But it's amazing what people do, me included, when you're in the middle of something. You do all sorts of weird things, especially if you're not confident. Let's speed the process up. I'm going to start at 2. That will be 1 minus, stays lonesome. So I got 2 take 4. So I start at 2, and I go down 1, down 2, down 3, down 4. And I end up at minus 2. Didn't write the down. This one, I start at minus 3. The two negatives make a positive. So the two negatives make a positive, and a minus 3 plus 3. The reason I did this one is, if I start at minus 3, and I go up 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm back to 0. So it's actually the same as if you said 3, take 3. So usually my brain will see the addition first. I'll just go 3, take 3. I know it's 0, but I'll just go 3, take 3 is 0. One last one. Let's go down the page. I've got a bit of stuff there. Those two, oh, by the way, it starts at minus 3. So we start at minus 3. Those two, it's not two negatives, it's one lonesome one. So the poor lonely negative stays a negative, which is a subtraction. So really, that just becomes that. What have we got now? This time I start at minus 3 and I go down 2. So I start at minus 3, down 1, down 2. And I end up at minus 5. So did those two negatives make a positive? One last time, no. So when do two negatives make a positive? They make it when it's 3 minus minus 5. That becomes a positive. If it's minus 3 minus minus 1, that bit there becomes a positive. Doesn't mean the answers are positive. If I had minus 3 times by minus 2, those two negatives become a positive, so that's 3 2s are 6. And the really obvious one, if I had minus 5 divided by minus 5, anything divided by itself has to be 1. So what happened to the negatives? They become a positive. Thanks for watching.